tribal identity today is the topic that we will be reading for this video. So, the forced interference, integration, incorporation of the tribal communities into the mainstream societies have had an impact on tribal culture, economy, and society. So, because of the integration, interference, in-migration of the non-tribal population into the areas of tribal concentration, it has had a deep impact on the culture, on the economy and society, and various other aspects of the tribal population. Due to interaction of the mainstream society, the tribals today are not formed on the basis of their ancient characteristics peculiar to their tribe. So, this means that the new generation of tribals that are coming up, they are not socialized, or they are not brought up, or they do not grow up following the basic very ancient characteristics which are unique to their tribe, because of the interference of other cultures and other institutions, other characteristics of non-tribal societies. They do not grow up, or they do not become socialized in their very ancient way. Okay, the interaction with the mainstream societies have been unfavorable to the tribal societies. So the interaction, the interference, okay, of the mainstream societies, of the non-tribal societies into the life of the tribals have not been a very positive thing for the tribals. The ideals of the tribal society have been based on the ideas of resistance and opposition to the mainstream non-tribal society. So this means that if you are a group of people, they are maintaining their self identity, their culture, their religious life, and suddenly an outsider comes, okay, and starts interfering in your day-to-day life. So what do? You'll obviously go against it, you will oppose it, right? So the ideas of resistance and opposition, going against the mainstream Indian society, has been very, it is very common in the tribal society. Okay, so Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh had received its long demand of statehood. So these two states of Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh, got the they have been declared as a separate state for the tribals. Okay, citizens of the northeastern states, where there is the largest concentration of tribal population, such as Manipur, Nagaland, does not have the same right as the other citizens of the country. So some laws which are applicable to us, or some rights that we receive, are not applicable in the northeastern states. These states have been declared as disturbed states, or disturbed areas, because of the insurgency movements that takes place in these areas. There is a history of insurgency movements that has taken place in northeastern states. However, due to the interaction with the non-tribal society, there has been an emergence of educated middle-class tribal communities. So since when the tribals were isolated, they were not into education, okay, they were not into schooling their children or schooling themselves. So once there had been an interaction or interference of the mainstream society, they saw many things, okay, which they did not do. So they learned about education. So there was people studying, and there was an emergence of educated middle class among the tribal communities. So the last slide is two issues leading to tribal movement. The first one is issues relating to control over land, forests. Like we read earlier, during the colonial period, the forests, which were very close to the life of the tribals, were being taken over. So similarly, even after independence, the forests were being used for other purposes like mining and cutting down trees, building large buildings, right? So there was a dispute regarding the control of land. Okay, the government was taking over the land. And secondly, issues relating to matters of ethnic cultural identity. So these tribals, they wanted to maintain their own unique identity, cultural self identity. And that was like, since they were a minority, it was being difficult for them to do that. Okay, so these are the two issues which leads to tribal movements. They want to maintain their unique identity. They want to be known through their own like tribe name, okay, and not as an Indian or something. So that's why disputes take place. No, they want to be known as Indian, but they want to keep their tribal identity alive. Okay, that's